Hello, soul family. Welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Actually, if you're new to my channel, if you feel guided to, please comment down below and introduce yourself. Say hello, let us know your name, and maybe tell us a little bit about you. If you're here and my channel and my videos resonate with you, chances are you were guided here and you didn't even know it. Chances are you are a part of this soul family, because everybody that is subscribed to my channel, mostly everybody that is subscribed to my channel, we are all a part of the same soul family. And I would like to think that we have a nice little connection with each other. I actually met a lot of amazing souls by creating this channel. There are people that I actually talk to regularly because of this channel. So if you feel guided to, please introduce yourself down below and let's get acquainted. Okay, at the end of the video, I will talk about what you're looking at. But I'm going to wait until the end of the video just because I think I might take up too much of your time explaining everything at the beginning of this video, because there's a lot of people that like to just jump right into the video, because I have people that always timestamp stuff and say, hey, the video actually starts at the 10.5 minute mark. So I'm not going to do that to those people. So we're just going to jump right in. So recently I did a video on the dark night of the soul. And in that video, I talked about the black sheep archetype. I talked about the hermit phase, and I talked about grounding. And I told you guys I would make videos on all of those. Since that dark night video, I had posted a video on the black sheep archetype and the hermit phase. And I've been promising you guys a video on grounding. And here it is. Finally. I know it takes me a long time sometimes to do videos, even though I do have videos on grounding on this channel. But this one is a little updated, and it's nice and fresh, especially for those new souls that are coming online. So let's see here. So before I get started, I just want to say to all of you guys, I hope that everybody that is listening, everybody that is tuned in, is doing well and feeling good. And I would like to take a moment to send some of you guys some loving energy. For those of you that would like to receive love energy, I ask that you stop what you're doing, just for a moment, stop what you're doing, pause, put your phone down, walk away, find somewhere where you can go just to have this moment to be alone so that you could concentrate for a moment. So just stop what you're doing and take a deep breath, a big deep breath in. And you can close your eyes if you feel like it, if you feel guided to close your eyes. I'm going to close my eyes for a moment, and I'm going to focus on all of the souls that are listening. And I'm going to set the intention in my mind. I'm about to telepathically send my love to everyone that's listening, to everyone that's tuned in. I'm sending my love gently and unconditionally from my heart space, my heart chakra, to yours. I'm going to hold the intention that I'm going to make my love available for you all to accept if you choose to accept. I cannot and will not force it upon you. You have to choose to accept it. All I can do is to take a moment to let it build up in my heart space and pass it to you if you accept. And if you accept the love and light, open up your heart chakra, open up your heart space and allow it in. Allow it in by taking a big, deep breath. And exhale. How did that feel, you guys? How did it make you feel? If any of you guys experienced anything, please share. Please let me know. Hint. I'm going to give you guys a hint. I sent you guys all a big, bright green light. I sent you green light energy. If any of you guys seen the green light energy, please share down below if you feel guided to. I can't force you, but if you feel guided to, please share down below. I want to thank you for allowing me to send you all that love. And I'm grateful for everyone that is tuned in and listening to me right now. I hope you all can feel that love and it brightens up your day, your week, your year, your month, your night. And let's get started with this video. Let's move forward with this grounding video. So I want to talk to you guys about grounding, especially those of you that are new to this whole spiritual community and this awakening, and you're here because you don't know what the hell's going on and you heard you needed to ground, so you figured, let me Google grounding, and poof, you came across this video and you're like, it's a coincidence. But I'm going to tell you something. There are no such thing as coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. If you're here and you're listening, it's because you were guided here. You're here for a reason. Maybe I'm a puzzle piece. Maybe I'm coding you. Who knows? But you're here for a reason. Maybe you're part of my soul family. Nothing happens by coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. So I want to talk to you guys about grounding. I know I always talk to you guys about ascension symptoms. For those of you that have been following me for a while, you guys always hear me talking about ascension symptoms and side effects. And I'm always telling you guys, make sure you ground yourself, make sure you drink your water, ground yourself. And some of you guys that are new really have no idea what grounding means. And I'm going to tell you. But in order for me to talk about grounding, we need to talk about, we need to understand what it is. We need to understand energy. Okay? Everything is energy. You are energy. I'm energy. We are all energy. And energy, we're all energy that's vibrating at different speeds. All of us are vibrating at different speeds. Everything around us is vibrating at different speeds. And they're anchoring us into different frequencies. So for instance, if you have a low vibration, a negative attitude, or you're feeling sad or angry, if you're feeling grumpy, you are in a frequency of disharmony or a frequency of hate or duality. We are all electrical beings living in an electrical universe. Humans, all of us human beings, emit an electrical current. This current affects everyone, every single human that you come into contact with, including all living organisms. That means everything that embodies the properties of life. And another living organism affects us as human beings also. Everything that embodies the properties of life. Keep that in mind. Everything. Plants, everything that's around you in nature, animals, anything that embodies the properties. That's the key word. The properties of life. Life. Okay? So have you ever went to like a picnic, a gathering, or a family dinner, and you left feeling really tired or feeling really drained? You may have even turned to your spouse or your partner, your best friend, or whoever you're with, and said something like, damn, my mom really drains my energy. Or maybe you said something like, grandma, fuck, she really drains my energy. Or all those people always drain me. I don't know why I go to the family dinner for. They always drain me. I always leave feeling so drained. You may say things like that. You may feel very exhausted. The fact of the matter is that humans can absorb and emit electrical current. Feeling drained is because you absorbed. Absorbing people's energy can have more of an effect on you than you can ever imagine. It took me a really long time to learn how to not absorb. Okay, so this process of grounding is not something it's easy, but it's also challenging because you have to be consistent and you have to be aware. It's got to be something that you consciously do to protect yourself. So it takes time to reprogram yourself, to relearn something new, to do this. This is something that our ancestors used to do, but we were unprogrammed. We were untaught on how to do all of this stuff that actually was very natural for us, to our ancestors. When the powers that be took over, they didn't want you to know how to ground yourself or how to use your psychic abilities, how to cope with your empathy, how to use it to your abilities, how to use all your psychic gifts. They strip that from you. But I'll talk about all that in another video. So we were never really taught on how to ground ourselves. We were never taught how to balance our energy and align ourselves. None of that. We were not taught any of that. Okay. I lost my place. Sorry, you guys. I lost my place. I'm reading from my notes. So yeah, I was talking about how absorbing. I don't know how I lost my place. I think I put my finger down on the computer here, the computer button. It just went all the way down to the bottom of my notes. But yeah, it took me a lot. I was talking about how long it took me to learn how not to absorb, because I tend to still absorb, but I'm learning how to observe and not absorb. It's challenging, but some people learn faster than others. I'm not one of those people. I'm a hardhead. So in some cases, absorbing, it could change the path of your day and possibly even your life. We are energy, an infinite current of energy. This is where grounding comes in. We need to ground ourselves to protect our energy fields. Okay, the energy field around our body. Grounding is the act of balancing your spiritual and physical energy by connecting yourself with Gaia. Gaia is the earth. Grounding is great for everyone. Everyone and anyone should and could ground, or could and should be grounding, I should say. But knowing how to ground yourself is a very, very important practice. If you are a practicing energy worker, it's very important for you to ground yourself. But most practicing energy workers already know this anyways. Even mediums and psychics ground themselves before they, do any kind of spirit work or anything like that, root work, anything. It also helps them to be able to connect with source or with spirit. And those of you that are going through a spiritual awakening should really learn how to ground themselves so you can feel sane and safe and, I'm air quoting, normal. So you can feel normal again. Because when I first started developing my psychic gifts, consciously, I want to say consciously, because I've had these psychic gifts since I was a child. It's too long of a story to share with you guys in this video, but when I started to develop my psychic gifts consciously, and when I started to go through my awakening consciously, no one taught me about grounding and how important it is to ground. I always heard people talk about it, but really had no idea what it meant or how to do it. Like I'm like, ground yourself. Like, how do you do that? Like, what does that even mean? They didn't elaborate. They would just be like, make sure you ground yourself. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, I was going through so much emotionally back then, and even physically and spiritually. I went through a lot. My life was really crazy. It was chaotic. I was totally out of alignment and a hot mess. I was definitely not balanced out. I was experiencing so many symptoms emotionally, mentally, and physically. I did not know, what was going on in my life. I was unwell mentally. I was always thinking bad stuff all the time that caused me to have these wicked bad anxiety attacks. Those anxiety attacks would be full-blown panic attacks where I would go to the hospital because I thought I was having a heart attack or I thought I was dying. I couldn't believe that a panic attack makes you feel the way it makes you feel. Like you can't breathe, your heart hurts, you feel like you're going to faint. It's awful. If you've never had a panic attack, it's awful. Okay? So it just made me feel really crappy. And it pulled me into a frequency of fear. Fear is the worst feeling. Honestly, it's the worst feeling. It's definitely not from a vibration of love. Okay? Totally opposite. I was in a battle with my shadows, my shadow self, daily. My vibration was low, and because it was low, I attracted a lot of low vibrational people and situations into my life. Have you ever heard of the saying, misery enjoys company? Well, it's true. Misery does enjoy company. You attract it. I attracted everyone that was mingling in their shadows. I attracted everyone that was in a really low and shitty vibration. It was not good. I made really poor choices. My life sucked, but I made the best of it because it was my life, but my life sucked. I felt like I had bad luck all the time, or I had bad days. I always had bad days. Every day was like a bad day, and I dreaded days like Mondays. I'm like, oh, fuck, it's Monday. Only people that are in a low vibration feel that way. But I made the best of it. My famous saying used to be, fuck it. If you can't beat them, join them. I was just not happy. I was tired emotionally. I was tired mentally. I was tired physically. I felt like I was living in emptiness, in the void. I had a lot of hate and judgment and ego in my life. Lots of gossip. All my friends, all we did was gossip with each other. We talked about people. We laughed. That's how we made ourselves feel good. That's what made us feel, that's what we got high off of that. Like, energetically, we got high off of that. That's what made us laugh. That's sick and twisted, but that's the truth. That's what made us laugh. I was mean. I was a mean girl. I was mean and envious. I was definitely envious of happy people. And it's because I was jealous of their happiness. I was jealous of what they had, I always felt sick, and I always felt like I had a life-threatening illness. Like I always felt like, oh my God, what's this pain now? That panic attack stuff, I thought that it was something else. The pounding heart, I thought maybe I was going to have a heart attack. The headaches, I always just thought like something meant something really bad, like something life-threatening, okay? And feeling like that urged me to go to the doctors. So I went to many doctors, all different kinds of doctors. heart doctor, the endo doctor, the regular doctor. I just went to a lot of doctors, you guys, a lot of different kinds of practitioners because I always felt so sick all the time. Then there was a time that I was so sick because I was so sick all the time. I always had sinus infections like all the time, like 6 months out of the year. I was on medication. I had a sinus infection or what felt like a sinus infection. I just felt shitty. So I had this doctor. I lived in Queens. I worked in Queens, and my doctor was in Queens. This ear, nose, and throat doctor was in Queens. So I went to go see him one day because I was just having all of these really bad symptoms, and I was convinced that I had an ear infection. I was convinced that I had a sinus infection, and he says to me, "You're fine. There's nothing wrong with you. You have no infection. I didn't have like the yellow green boogers, and I didn't have any of the symptoms, medically, as he said, to indicate that I had any kind of an infection." He said, "You're not sick. You are drained and you're feeling overwhelmed and you're psyching yourself up and you're making yourself sick. You're so tired. You're so overwhelmed. You're overworked. You're so drained that you're making yourself sick. Your body feels sick because it's overworked." He says, "What I think that you need is to get away from the city before it kills you. People are draining you and you need to rest." He says, "As a doctor, I suggest that you move to the country." And I just remember sitting in the chair, just staring at him and blinking. And I just can't believe the doctor saying this to me. I'm like, is this guy serious? Like, yeah, I had to pay a $50 copay. I'm like, I paid $50 to hear him tell me this. Like, what the fuck? Like, you got to be kidding me right now. Also, I took some time off of work to come over here and have this doctor tell me I need to move to the country and that I'm drained and I'm not really sick. I'm just sick because I'm drained. So I laughed and I said, "Really?" Yeah. I said, "Can you write me a script for that? Like, can you put it in notes or something so I can give it to my job and say, hey, listen, I can't work with you guys no more because my doctor says I need to move to the country because I'm drained. I'm exhausted. I need rest." And he literally said to me, yes. He goes, "I can pull you out of work." He says, "I can't write you a script to move, but I can definitely pull you out of work because you are feeling overwhelmed and overworked and stressed." And he goes, "That can affect your heart." And I told him, "Listen, doc, I work 3 blocks away, and the only country that I get is when I go to the park on my lunch break. Realistically, how am I supposed to just pick up and leave and move away?" And I just stood there looking at her. I was kind of mad, but I just really was, I couldn't believe that he told me that either. I was kind of like mad, but shocked and just like, okay, confused a little bit. And so I was, of course, a little sarcastic with him in my response. And because I was a little upset, I said, "I have a family. How can I just leave my job?" And, he said, "I need to find peace and take some time to myself." He said, "Even if it is my lunch break going to the park, but I should really consider taking some time to myself. And if I can't move away," he said, "I should really think about it and consider it." But he said, he goes, "I'm not telling you to just pack up today and move out." He goes, "But it's something that you should consider." He said, "Maybe, take some time off of work and, drive up to Pennsylvania and take a break, go to the country and, find some peace and take some time to yourself." So you guys, I think that was his way of saying I needed to ground myself. He was giving me spiritual advice. I believe the science world lacks spirituality and science, or metaphysics and science. They should actually be merged together, not divided. Now I'm thinking back as I was creating this content, I was thinking back. I feel like he was put on my path to trigger me, because he did, he triggered me. He was a key or a puzzle piece. He was a key to unlock a door, or he was a puzzle piece to my awakening, to find answers. He was a puzzle piece to the bigger picture. I did not know it at the time, but I do know it now, looking back. And I think about that day all the time. If I ever go back to Queens, I would like to visit him and hug him and tell him thank you, actually, honestly. I also think back, to the way I felt when I was in his office. When I was in his presence, all of that anxiety and sickness that I felt as I was going to his office dissipated when I was in his presence. I felt safe. I felt relaxed. I felt comforted. He was an angel in disguise. His name was Dr. Toft. He was Jewish, and his name in the Middle Ages, the definition of his name, or what it meant, means homestead. Home, an area of home, houses. It's also Old Norse for site of house. I felt home being with him. He gave me that feeling of, home is where the heart is. Do you get it? My body is my soul's temporary house. He was bringing awareness to my house. Holy crap, you guys. It's 4:44. As soon as I said that, my phone lit up and I looked down and it's 4:44. That is so cool. Validation. I love when that happens. So shortly after that visit to his office, in October, I actually left New York City and moved to upstate New York, to Western New York, in October of 2014. It's funny how life works, it's funny how things happen. It's just mind-blowing when you think about it. I actually moved back home to the area that I grew up in. Well, I was born in Rochester. So I moved up to Western New York. I actually live 40 minutes away from where I grew up. I actually live more in the country. I grew up in Rochester, which is a lot more city than where I live now. I live next to a cornfield. I live in the country. So I believe that Dr. Toft was one of my earth angels trying to give me guidance without breaking the law of free will, the free will law. So, that's my story about, my awareness of grounding, or where my awareness of grounding came from. So, if any of you guys are experiencing any of these symptoms, you need to learn how to ground yourself. These are all symptoms that I was experiencing. There may be more than what I'm going to list, but these are a lot of the symptoms that I was experiencing. I was lightheaded all the time. I felt very tired, very drained, very disconnected. I was dazed. I felt floaty, which is phasing. I felt shaky and anxious. A lot of panic attacks. I felt very disoriented at times. I was very emotional. And those are just a few of the very many symptoms that I was experiencing. So if you're experiencing any of those symptoms, you are most likely ungrounded. You need to ground yourself. Side note, real quick. Emotional pain and hate can and will cause body pain in certain areas. That's how stagnant energy communicates to us, through pain. Pain in your body has a message for you. If you ignore it, it will turn into a disease, a dis-ease, okay? An illness. For instance, stress can lead, because I was under a lot of stress can lead to muscle tension, okay? Muscle tension in your back, your shoulders, between your shoulder blades, and depression and anxiety. That's what I was experiencing, a lot of anxiety, and I was feeling very depressed because I didn't know what was going on with me. And it may make the pain in your body much, 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 much more worse. And here's another example, okay? Diabetes. It's a disease, a dis-ease. D-I-S space ease, E-A-S-E, a dis-ease. Together, disease. Diabetes actually comes from a Greek meaning passing through. It is an inability to use the food one eats, namely sugar, which passes through the body instead of nourishing the body. The pancreas is the principal gland involved in this dis-ease. Pancreas means all flesh. Without the pancreas and its function, one starves. Quite literally. And I know this because my father has diabetes. Insulin is the principal hormone involved in this dis-ease. Insulin comes from the root word island. It is about isolation. Diabetes is about a soul pattern of emotional isolation, starving for love, and unable to get enough of its sweetness. Those are just two examples of how the body tries to talk to you to let you know, hey, listen, there's something wrong with you. You're not grounded. You're out of alignment. You're causing a dis-ease. If you don't bring awareness to this dis-ease, it's going to turn into an illness and make you very, very sick. And if it goes on long enough, it could even kill you. So listen to your body, because your body's always trying to talk to you. And that's exactly what the doctor was trying to tell me. My body was talking to me. My body was telling me that I was stressed, that I needed to ground. I was ungrounded. And if I didn't ground myself and bring awareness to what my body was telling me, it was going to get much worse. Okay? I did a video a long time ago about how the ascension affects the nervous system. Your whole body is always trying to talk to you. And your nervous system is a key opponent to all of this. Okay? Being ungrounded and out of alignment is very dangerous for you. Your soul cannot live in a body that is failing. We were never taught to ground ourselves. This doctor, Dr. Toft, was telling me I needed nature. Nature is healing. Walking in nature is a form of grounding. Any other doctor would have given me shit, like a shit ton of pills, instead of trying to heal me spiritually. Any other doctor would have just gave me amoxicillin and steroids and God knows what else. You know, what other poisons that doctor could have prescribed me and made money off of by prescribing it to me. Not this doctor. This doctor was literally trying to tell me that I needed to go ground myself. He was telling me I needed nature. The symptoms that I named a few moments ago, you know, the anxiety, the depression, you know, the nervousness, all of that. These are all feelings and sensations that happen when your body is ungrounded and when you have excess energy running through your system, your body. Knowing how to ground yourself can help relieve that energy, that excess energy, or that low vibrational energy, that wacky energy, to get you back in touch with the earth and your physical body. That's where the Schumann resonance comes into play, okay? Because we entrain with her energy. And if we don't get outside enough, we become ungrounded, especially because we're underneath those fluorescent lights all day. We're around all of the poisonous, you know, and I say poisonous, bad, dirty energy from your Wi-Fi router, from your TV, from your cell phone. Most people are inside. You need to get outside and get in touch with Gaia. We need to reconnect with her. And when I say the Schumann resonance plays a role, it's because the Schumann has a resonance. I believe it's 7.83. I think I have that right. I do know that the energy of the Schumann is or the frequency of the Schumann is changing, just because, we're orbiting in a different part of the universe. But for the most part, that is our resonance. We need to have that resonance. So if you ever feel that you are ungrounded and you can't get outside, you can always listen to the Earth's resonance. You can search for those videos on YouTube. I do believe it is the 7.83. You can listen to it. I do know that like astronauts have that frequency in their shuttle when they go out to space, because if they don't have that resonance, their body will literally break down and they will experience a lot of dis-ease until they are back within that resonance, that energy, that frequency. Because, all in all, we are earthlings. We come from Earth. We were born here. So we resonate within her frequency, because this is the frequency that we were born in. And as we go through this awakening and the Earth changes and her frequency shifts, we experience a lot of these symptoms because we have never been in an 8.0 frequency. So we have to acclimate to these new frequencies. And, the Earth is also acclimating and trying to get used to all of these new frequencies. That's why we have a lot of these volcanoes and hurricanes and all of this storm activity. But I know I'm jumping off track here, but we could talk about all that in another video, or actually you guys could just go follow Alexis Buck, Ascension Diaries on YouTube. She actually has a class that she's teaching now, and I'm pretty sure she will touch base on all of this information. I might not even be 100% in how I explain that to you, but I have a pretty good concept of it. But if you really want to know scientifically and, excuse me, and spiritually, definitely go check her out. She has a lot of knowledge on that. So knowing how to ground yourself can help to relieve that excess energy to get you back in touch with the Earth, with Gaia, and your physical body. So I want to provide you all with some tips that will help you to ground yourself, because this video is, is all about how to ground yourself, to help you guys find peace and balance in your life. So I know I talked about this, these tips in older videos, but again, for those of you that are new, I'm bringing it back up to your awareness now. So you are aware of how to ground yourself. So you don't have to go searching through some of my older videos. And tip number 1, this is actually one of my favorite ones. Going for a walk barefoot. Okay, it's not gross. I know that, I came from the city and I was like, ew, who goes outside barefoot? I do now. Before, no. Now, yes. So I'm always outside barefoot. Go outside and go barefoot and just close your eyes and stand on the ground. You will literally feel the vibration of Earth, on the bottom of your feet, to the arches of your feet, and you might even start to feel it rise up through the calf of your leg, and it's an amazing feeling. The Earth maintains a negative electrical potential. When you are in direct contact on the ground, the Earth's, Gaia's electrons are conducted to your body. So walking barefoot or sitting on the ground or lying on the ground, on the earth, the dirt, the grass, or even doing gardening without rubber gloves will ground you, bringing you to the same electrical potential as the earth. It will help you entrain with the earth's energy. You are entraining to her energy. Tip number 2, get physical, get moving, dancing, running, walking, move around. Physical activity releases endorphins. These are all great ways to reconnect with yourself and stay grounded. Exercise is excellent because you focus and connect with your physical body while expending excess energy all at the same time. My preference of exercise is doing yoga. That's how I like to move around. I like to do yoga. It's a great way because it centers you on a spiritual and a physical level. Also, yoga is great to help you learn how to control your breath. Breath work is amazing work. Breath work is healing work. You may want to Google that, look into that. Tip number 3, watch something funny, watch comedies, watch funny movies. TV puts you in a different frame of mind and allows us to, check out for a little while. Watch something that makes you feel good, something that makes you laugh. I do this when I start to feel scared or nervous. I put something funny on and it takes my mind off of being scared or being in that vibration of fear. I stay away from the news. I do not watch the news. Fuck the news. The news is all fear porn, okay? The news is just freaking depressing. That will make you feel awful. So don't watch the news. The news is just fear porn. They're using their scare tactics to lower your vibration. So stay away from the mainstream media. Low vibration equals fear. Fear equals control. Don't allow them to control you. Stay away from the news. We have managed to raise the vibration as a collective thus far, and we are changing physically and spiritually. Okay, we've come a long way. Don't go backwards. Keep going forwards. Okay, the cabal or the powers that be, the Illuminati, whoever they may be, they're actually losing their grip on us. So they're trying everything within their power to keep us in the vibration of fear. They're using the thing with the virus, now another virus, the vaccine, not having enough vaccine. They're making you feel like, oh my God, we need it so bad. They're running out of it. And they have so many people that are taking it and it's so popular that it's running out. We need it, we need it, we need it. No, you don't. Go eat some vitamin C, get some sunshine, eat healthy, you'll be fine. Just stay away from the news. If we truly figure out how powerful we really are, then the game is over for them. And that's literally what we're doing. And that's why all of this chaos is happening, because we are waking up. We are realizing that we are divine. We are powerful. We've been in a trance. We've been in a frequency of fear, and we realize this, and we're sick and tired of it. And the collective is waking up. The vibration is rising. It's pushing us into a different frequency, a more loving frequency. More people are standing in their truth and shedding light. And the lower entities, they don't like that. So they're doing everything and anything within their power to keep you scared, to keep you asleep, so that they can remain in control and have power over you. So just keep pushing forward, keep shining your beautiful, bright light. So yeah, again, they're trying their hardest to bring your vibration down. Just stop worrying about, everything that's happening with the politics, the viruses, the vaccine, stuff like that, and just focus on yourself. Worry about you and how you can make yourself happy, and how can you put yourself into a vibration of love? What brings joy to your life? Worry about you. Focus on you. If you just take care of yourself and your immune system, you'll be fine. Okay? Eat your vitamins. CDKEA. Take your copper, your zinc, your magnesium, take your selenium, and your immune system will be fine. Eat healthy, drink your water, exercise, move your body, and you'll be fine. Be kind to yourself, be kind to nature, be kind to the earth, be kind to others. I don't know if I said that already. Take care of yourself spiritually. Smile, sing, hum, and tell yourself that you are divine. Be mindful, meditate, and you'll live a long, happy, healthy life. This may sound very easy, but it's not. It's actually very challenging because it's a lifestyle and you'll have to commit to it. Okay? Tip number 4, soak your feet in water or take a bath. And if you choose the take a bath option, add some Epsom salt to it or Himalayan sea salt. Just don't add table salt. Table salt is bad. It's toxic. Don't add table salt. It's a no-no. Himalayan salt, good. Epsom salt, good. Table salt, not good. You can even add essential oils if you have them. So the act of soaking your feet or taking a bath will bring the energy down and away from your head, your crown chakra, and into your body, which will ground you. Bathing will cleanse your aura and ground you. Now, salts like the Himalayan sea salt, the Epsom salt is notorious for healing the body. It holds one of the most purifying vibrations around. This is why a lot of people use it when they're neutralizing energy in healing crystals. So if you do choose the option to take a bath, you'd want to take a nice, a hot bath, one that you can tolerate. And you'd want to add, if you're an adult, 1 to 2 cups of Epsom salt for 20 minutes in a bath. Okay? And then you can listen to some nice calming music, light some candles, set the mood. If any of you guys are interested, I do make personalized salt baths. I do them for health, for healing, to give you energy. And all these salt baths that I create are by request only. Tip number 5. I know this one is kind of cliche, but before you mock it, you should try it. It's hugging a tree. Because I thought this was cliche. I was like, I'm not hugging a tree. It's stupid. When I heard somebody tell me that. But when I finally did it, it felt amazing. I mocked it before I tried it. And I should have just tried it because it's amazing. One of my most favorite things to do now is to touch trees and sit under them. So you should try it. Hug a tree. Take a big deep breath or a few big deep breaths and just be one with the tree or one with the earth. Allow yourself to connect with Gaia. This will charge you up. If you're not a tree hugger and you refuse to try this, you could literally just walk up to the tree and put your hand on the tree for a moment and just close your eyes and breathe. Or, bring a blanket or a sheet or something, or a towel or a yoga mat and, place it underneath the tree and just sit there and read a book or something. It will definitely change you. You will feel different. Trust me, you have to try it. Tip number 6, meditate. Meditation is wonderful for just about anything. And spiritual grounding is no exception. I did not know how to meditate a few years ago. I couldn't even get my mind quiet enough to meditate. It's definitely something you have to work on. To start, you'd want to sit in a comfortable position or in a comfortable chair. You want to have your feet on the ground. This is the important part of grounding for this particular grounding method. This one is a visual grounding method. You'd want to imagine your feet growing roots out of them like a tree. You want to pretend or envision yourself as a tree. and you are anchoring your roots that are growing out of your feet. You're anchoring them deep, deep, deep into the earth, to the core of the earth. And you're going to envision these roots wrapping around the core of the earth. Okay. And while you're doing this, you want to breathe and allow yourself to be balanced. That's probably one of the most easier methods in learning how to meditate. There's so many different ways that you can meditate. You can also lay down and do this, or you can sit on the floor and do this. You can imagine the roots coming out of your root chakra and anchoring into the ground and wrapping themselves around the core of the earth. You can actually, sit down on the floor or a chair or lay in your bed, and you can even imagine your favorite color surrounding you. You can put yourself in a bubble of your favorite color. You can also use neutral colors like browns. Red is a good one for grounding, actually, because red is connected to your root chakra. But neutral colors or nature colors are also good colors too. Or you can go to YouTube and search in the search engine, look up guided meditation for those of you that are new to meditating, and go through them until you find one that resonates with you. That's actually how I started to meditate, is by doing guided meditations, because they helped relax me and really taught me a lot on how to ground, how to meditate. Ding! I don't know if you guys heard that. Ding! That was pretty cool. Validation. Tip number 7. If meditation is difficult for you, bring your attention to the present moment. The best way to do this is by performing a body scan. I do these body scans at night while I'm laying in bed, but you can literally do them anywhere. If you're taking the train to work, or if you're the passenger in the car, or if you're at home and you're just sitting down on the floor watching TV, you can shut the TV off and just bring awareness to your body. Take a big deep breath in. You're going to want to be sitting in a comfortable position, probably laying down if you can, but if you can't, that's fine. And then begin to internally scan your body. You're going to want to start at your toes. Actually, you could start at the crown of your head and work your way down because you're grounding, but there are people that start from their toes and they go all the way up. I guess it makes more sense to start from your head and, notice the sensation that you're, perceiving from your crown chakra as you move, down, as you scan down towards your torso, to your left arm, to your right arm, to your fingers, and just notice what you feel. Does that portion of your body, does it feel hot? Does it feel cold? Is it vibrating? Is it tingling? Do you, when you're scanning down towards your legs, do you feel heavy? I mean, how do you feel? Just notice what you see and, what you perceive and what you're feeling. And then just keep moving your way down or moving your way up, whatever method you choose to use. And, scan your spine, your torso, and just observe the way that your body feels in that moment or in this moment. The goal is to be where you are physically. This works to bring you out of a panic attack. A lot of the times when I'm feeling panicky, I scan my body. What else do I do? There's something else I do when I'm having a panic attack. When I'm having a panic attack, when I feel a panic attack coming on, I like to walk around the house. I like to turn all the lights on. I like to touch things. I like to bring awareness to the things I'm touching. I'll pick things up around the house and I'll squeeze them or hold them, and I'll think to myself, does it feel cold? Or, oh, this object feels cold, or this one feels rough, or, and if that don't work, I'll run my hands under cold water and I just notice what's going on as the water hits my skin. And then as the water's running over my hands, over my skin, I just notice what's going on in the environment around me. So that might help you as well. What else? Oh, tip number 8. We're just going to move on. There were other things in tip number 7, but I think I pretty much covered everything. Tip number 8, drink water, hydrate. I always tell you guys that. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Alkaline your body. You could drink water and add lemon or lime to it. And by adding lemon or lime, it will alkaline your body. Disease, disease as the full word, cannot live in a body that is alkalized. So you'd want to add lemon or lime to that water, or drink spring water if you can. Disease lives in an acidic body. And if you alkaline your body, you'll have a more healthier avatar. Hate and stress cause an acidic body, by the way. So just remember that. Keep that in mind. Now, the quantity of water that you drink will be very important for you during this process of ascension. Okay? Drinking water is good for grounding, but drinking water is also good as you go through this ascension process. The water that you drink allows the electrum to flow through your body, which is light that's lowered to a density as it enters your body. The more water that you drink, the easier it is for the light energy to enter your body, to move through your physical body, rejuvenating all of the organs in your body. It would be wise during this ascension process, which is a cellular transformation process, which is, the awakening process, to drink a lot of water, at least a gallon a day. This will help you with any of the side effects that you're experiencing. A lot of those side effects that we experience can be painful, and being hydrated will help ease that pain in the body. The additional water allows the light to move through the body faster. Light is an electrical force in our density, and the additional water assists the movement of that light, of the light. Now, from your perspective, you, as a human, you cleanse your body with additional fluids. The additional water permits the light to move through your body as the prana or life brings new life into and through your body. In order for the transformation process or the awakening process to be as comfortable as possible, you will need to keep your intake of water up, okay? Drinking coffee and Kool-Aid and soda or whatever else is out there does not count, okay? Even if it's diet, it doesn't count. It has to be water, only water. The other stuff, that's shit. Even drinking juices, stay away from that. If you want juice, eat an orange, eat an apple, or juice an orange, juice an apple, juice a pineapple. Or if you want pineapple juice, eat a pineapple. But buying pineapple juice, no. Okay? It doesn't count. Water counts. Okay? You will need to keep your intake of water up. If you do not, your body will attempt to retain fluid in order to ensure that the element flow within your system is maintained. And it's going to cause more pain if it does that. You're literally washing away your old formatting of your body, the old cells of your body, and you're rebuilding. And I talked about this in a video. You're rebuilding these new cells in your body while you're living in this body. Remember I talked about that? And well, some of you may remember. I forgot. I think it's called how the awakening affects your nervous system. I think I did a 3-part video, and that's where I talked about it. It was a long time ago. But yeah, just drink water, you guys. Trust me, drink water. Tip number 9. Eat vegetables that grow in the ground. Root vegetables. Anything that grows under the surface of the earth will help you connect with the earth's energies, with Gaia's energies, because in order for that vegetable that you're eating, that root vegetable, to grow, it had to grow inside the earth. It had to have been entrained with Gaia's energy. And some examples of Root vegetables or grounding foods would be vegetables like carrots, potatoes, beets, onions, sweet potatoes, radishes, garlic, stuff like that. Anything that grows in the ground. I like to make a lot of soups using these vegetables, and I call it witchy's grounding soup. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably come across my witchy grounding soup because I'm always posting when I'm making my grounding soup. Tip number 10, spend time around people that are positive. People hold their own vibrations. Some people are more grounded than other people. So remember that. Remember, your vibe attracts your tribe. You want to be around more people that are positive and hold a high vibration. Tip number 11, you can use color to ground yourself. Color is very powerful. It's the color that you wear can hold a very powerful vibration. You can wear that color or visualize filling up your body with that color. The color that is used for grounding is red. I just mentioned that a few moments ago. It's red because red is associated with the root chakra, which is the chakra that deals with grounding. You can also use colors like browns, blacks, neutral colors, tan. Those are all grounding colors, neutral grounding colors. I keep this in mind when I was working. When I would go to work, I would wear grounding colors. I wore a lot of reds. I wore black, but that was our dress code, which is cool because it's a grounding color. But yeah, I always made sure that I was wearing red. Some people even wear red underwear. They go as far as buying red underwear. And it's funny because I just heard one of the mediums say that. And if I can't wear a grounding color, I carry grounding stones. I like quartz crystal and selenite. Those are my two favorites. Tip number 12, utilize scents, smells. A scent, just like a stone or a color, it has a vibration. When you have a scent around you, you are forced to entrain with that energy. I think the best way to use scents when it comes to grounding is to use essential oils. And that's what you guys are looking at in the video is some of the essential oils that I made. And the Vishnu is actually a grounding oil. Surrender is more of a calming, sexy spray. And solar flare is energizing. But yeah. If you're interested in any of these oils, by the way, email me. But here's some other examples of grounding oils. Myrrh is a good grounding oil. Sandalwood, patchouli, frankincense, sage. I love sage oil. Lavender, because lavender is good at convincing your consciousness to relax and into the physical, into the now moment. Those are just a few examples. I know there's so many more essential oils out there that are used for grounding. Tip number 13, I think that's where we're at. Sound. Sound is really good, to help ground you. Sound, you can use sound to stimulate your root chakra. I just actually bought I didn't get a crystal bowl. I really wanted one, but I got a metal bowl, a metal sound bowl. And it's beautiful and I love it. I really can't wait to buy a crystal bowl. They're expensive, actually. But that is my goal, is to buy a crystal bowl. That's when my husband or when anybody asks me, what do you want for your birthday? I'm going to tell them, I want a crystal sound bowl. So that's what I want for my birthday. My birthday's in August. So I'm going to request sound bowls because they really are beautiful. Sound stimulates and balances your root chakra. It can balance and stimulate your root chakra. And your root, that can ground you. Your root chakra is associated with grounding. Here we go, you guys. I'm getting tongue twisted already. I like to listen to binaural beats at night. And binaural beats, there are some of them that are made specifically for the root chakra, for grounding, and you can find them on YouTube for free. You just have to search for them. You can also use your own voice to ground yourself. You can even listen to other people. Some people, I used to listen to a Luna Ash. She was really grounding for me. I used to love listening to her videos and fall asleep at night. She has a voice that is so beautiful and grounding. I've had people tell me they listen to my voice, and I'm like, yeah, right. But hey, whatever floats your boat, right? But you can use your own voice to ground yourself, and it's called toning. You know, you use your own voice to stimulate and heal areas of your body. Most of you may do this and not even know, that you're even doing it. You use your voice to stimulate your body. A lot of empaths do this, and they may not even be aware that they're doing this to heal themselves. They hum. A lot of empaths that are healers, they hum. Humming raises your vibration. So does whistling. And you may notice that you hum or moan when you're not feeling good, when your tummy hurts, or if you have an earache, or if you have period cramps, if you're a female, or you're just sick. You may roll up into a little ball, or rock yourself, or rub yourself with your hands in certain areas, and you hum or you moan. You're like, Little kids do this. They're healing themselves. It's something, it's intuitively built into us. A lot of us do this and we don't even know why we're doing this. We're healing ourselves. You're toning. That's what you're doing. You're toning. You are intuitively healing an area of your body naturally. If you didn't know, now you know. You can also try this consciously the next time that you feel uneasy or ungrounded. You can use your voice to stimulate your root chakra. And the way you want to do this is by humming a tone. And you can start high and then you can go low. The root chakra vibrates at a very low frequency. And you want to pay attention to the sensation that you feel in your body in relative to the tone that you're humming. And you can do this for all of your chakras. You just hum, and while you're humming, you'll feel the vibration, the toning in certain areas of your body as you're humming or toning. And you'll know when you hit that chakra that needs healing, because you will feel the vibration in that area of the body, and you'll feel a swirling sensation. So if you start high and you just hum, or whatever tone you want to use, and you just move it through your body. You can go low, you can go high, you can go high, you can go low, and you just feel that vibrating sensation, and you're going to feel it as you're humming, and you can move it through your body. And honestly, you're not going to know until you try it. So just try it. And don't be shy. Don't be like me. Don't be shy. And when it feels right and you hit that area that it feels good, just hold that tone and just keep humming at that tone in that area and allow it to vibrate in that area, and it will start to make you feel better. It will heal you. It will make you feel good. Now, it's different for everyone, so you'll want to play around with your toning, your humming. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all the tips I have for you guys. The most important thing to keep in mind, you guys, is that not every tip that I shared will work for every person that heard them. So what grounds me may not ground you. Keep trying different techniques or a combination of the techniques that I mentioned. Maybe you have your own techniques, and if you do, feel free to share them. And, use these techniques and these combinations until you find what's most helpful for you. These tips that I share with you guys are only guidelines to aid you, to help you on your own spiritual journey, your own spiritual path. And, as with all spiritual work, it is often about finding your own truth. If you disagree with anything that I mentioned, or if you feel uncomfortable with anything that is suggested here, by all means, find an alternative truth that is acceptable to you. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Grounding and earthing is all about the awareness that we are still in a physical body. Okay? We're spiritual beings having this human experience. We're not humans having a spiritual experience. It's definitely not like that. We are spiritual having a human experience. And as we're having this human experience, we need to learn how to ground in earth and be aware that we are in a body. It's awareness. So I want to thank you guys for watching and listening to me. And let me know down below in the comments area what works for you guys. And have you tried any of, the tips that I've shared with you? For those of you that have watched my videos and followed me for a while, I've mentioned these tips before, and maybe you've tried them. And if you have, let us know how it worked out for you. Let me know how it worked out for you. Okay, finally, let's get to what you guys are looking at here. So you're looking at my essential oils. My daughter and I made these. Oh, look, it's 1:11 on the time clock. Wow, I've been talking for an hour. So what I have left is Vishnu, Surrender, and Solar Flare. Did I say Solar Flash last time? It's Solar Flare. So this one is grounding. This one is like more, it's floral. It'd be considered floral, but it's lavender, relaxing, but it's sexy. It smells really good. And this one would be, Solar Flare would be considered more citrusy, energetic. So if you're interested in any of the oils that I have left, email me. I will post, I have to make more. When I do, I'm going to post them and put them on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram. My tablet's going to die. My name on Instagram is witchyvibes11. Also, I have shungite for sale. If any of you guys are interested, I have a few pieces here. I know the camera is, look at that beautiful piece. This one has a nice little rust color to it. Some of my other pieces here have some quartz crystal shininess to them. I'm not sure if that's what's really in them, but they are authentic level 3 shungite. It's a little on the lower end. They are 30 to 50% carbon. I thought my tablet died. And I am still making the Mojo dolls. I'm personalizing them. So if you are interested in a Mojo doll, you will have to email me so we can talk about what it is you'd like so I can create it for you. I'm also creating Mojo bags. And I'm still doing the numerology readings, the tarot, past life, and oracle readings. If any of you guys are interested, I'm doing those by donation only. For the other stuff, you'll have to hit me up for prices. And whoever sent me this beautiful doll with the blue hair, thank you. Nobody has owned up to it yet. She's really pretty. Look at her. Whoever sent her to me, I had just dyed my hair blue, but I didn't do a video yet. So I don't know how any of you guys even knew I had blue hair. But whoever sent me this doll sent her to me back then. And I don't know who sent her. And she's beautiful. So whoever you are, thank you so much. And I want to thank everybody that sends me things. I love your gifts. They're called time donations. When you guys send me your time donations, your gifts, your letters, your cards, your paintings, I honor them. And the room that I'm sitting in right now, that I'm recording in, is the room that I put all of your beautiful gifts that you send me, and all your letters and cards are in this room. I love you guys. If any of you guys feel guided to donate to my channel, that would be wonderful. I mean, honestly, that would be wonderful, and I'd be so grateful. And I do accept donations via PayPal or Cash App. But my favorite donation, you guys, is a time donation. I love when you guys send me gifts. That is like my favorite. I love when you guys write to me and paint me pictures and paintings and just so many beautiful things. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. I feel like there's something else I wanted to tell you, but I'm running out of time. My tablet's going to die. I'm already over an hour. And I guess that's it. Please like and share my video if you feel guided to. And if you have Instagram, please pop on over and follow me. And that's a good way to connect with me and talk to me, because you can just, slide into my DM and say, hey, what's up? All right. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.